Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. This is on Pro 1.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. These are volatile times in the stock market.
Market's up 200, then it's up 800, it's up 700.
How do you get the facts when investing?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. If you're confused about the stock market, get unconfused. Go to my site, philsgang.com, and listen to my radio show every weekday at 3 Eastern. What is the market going to do? We know exactly what the market's going to do.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
There's no need for you to be losing money.
Check it out, philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We're seeing some, encouraging resilience in the American economy.
Yeah, some resilience in the American economy. It is so funny. I'm watching Fox. The market's down 521 points. And on the border, there's a heading. It says alert. Something like it said the economy won't quit. The economy recoiling after a wonderful jobs number. And we're down 517 points. Somebody's not talking to somebody at Fox Business. Just unbelievable. Okay. So here we are, Monday. So the big question today is, what's going on? Why is the market? How come it's not rallying? We're supposed to have this big rally, according to Powell. Everything is fine. That look, we beat inflation. That's what he said. Inflation is pretty much over. We're going back to normal now. It's peaked. What a bunch of nonsense that is. So the question is, why is the market going down? Well, it's simple. Because we have a 500, okay? The S&P takes a look at this job market rally, right? And think about it. This big jobs number everybody's talking about, okay, it was hot. Most of those jobs, first of all, are service jobs, low-paying service jobs. And stocks are falling because we've had 16 interest rate hikes. 16! And Powell has botched the policy he laid out of slashing prices, slowing the economy, the GDP, okay, through these interest rate hikes of 16 of them. Remember, 72% of our U.S. workers, our workforce, 72% of our workforce make less than $50,000 a year. And real inflation is not 8%, it's really 14%. It's not 8%. That's a bunch of nonsense. So Powell and Biden and Yellen, they not only tipped the U.S. into a recession, but now we're going into stagflation, which they don't want to talk about. Not only do we have slow economic growth, we're not growing, for God's sakes. The only reason they got a decent GDP number of 2.2%, whatever it was, is because of the oil that they were taking out of the oil reserve and selling it over to China so they could push that number up. If they didn't do that, it would have been negative. So that's a BS number too. But the unemployment is starting to rise. I mean, just take a look at the tech companies. They're laying off left and right. Real estate's laying off left and right. Banks are laying off. It's starting. So now they put us into a position of stagflation. Stagflation is really tough to get out of. That's a nightmare, stagflation. See, the problem is when you have people like Powell and Yellen, okay, and running things, they're academics, okay? They're politicians. They don't have any real world experience. So here they are claiming after 16 rate hikes, okay, and remember, all those rate hikes haven't even kicked in yet. The bottom line, we cut out of the 8% inflation rate just 0.6%. That's a joke, 0.6%. But they said, oh, look at this. We got evidence, man. Things are good again. That's what they said the other day. Remember, we had that 500-point rally and a jobs number. Remember, everybody went nuts. 500 points. We're going to get 1,000 points. It's going to be another two-day rally. The thing blew up after one day. They said, well, we have lower gasoline prices. We have used car prices. They're going down. Clothing, apparel, all going down. Everything on its way back to normal. Isn't this wonderful? And there will be no recession. No recession. Who are they kidding? What are they nuts? No recession. We're in a recession. I'm telling you, they got to be nuts. Unbelievable. To say we're not in a recession or to say we're not going to go into a recession is insane because every previous rate hiking campaign, every Fed chair who went into a hiking campaign, rate hiking campaign, has always led us back into a recession. So why are they going to be so lucky to think they're not going to put us into a recession? Because they're arrogant. But more than arrogant, they don't know what they're doing. Powell, Biden, Yellen, they have no understanding of what's going on. They don't. These aren't very bright people. Academically, they are. MIT, Princeton, Harvard. But real world, are you kidding me? They have no common sense. Productivity, I mean, think about what's going on. With all this, they have no understanding of all this, the consequence, I should say, of all this stimulus, these stimulus checks, these social welfare check programs. The consequence has been our productivity has dropped 72%. 72%. And our supply, that's almost nothing. I mean, we're not getting, our supply, we still have big supply problems. They're still restricted. Demand, okay, prices are increasing, both demand and prices. And they're saying that inflation is almost over. Are you kidding? That's telling us inflation is getting worse. And you watch Powell remember what I said? They're trying to push a Christmas rally. Watch your S&P. Here's the answer. They're going to continue to try to run this right from now to 5 days before Christmas so they can catch that Christmas rally, which goes 5 days before Christmas to 2 days after January. This is everything they're doing. If the S&P, and I'll give you this number, if the S&P drops below 385, below 385. Okay, it's now at 399.27. So if it drops below 385.64, then you know there's no chance of a Christmas rally, and you better know how to sell short because the market is just going to collapse. Okay, but right now they're still going to keep trying, even though we got this 500-point sell-off today. You know, you'll wake up tomorrow, it'll say pre-market up 300 points. You can say, how did we go from it? Let's say we closed down today 400 points. You wake up tomorrow morning and say, pre-market up 400. Say, how'd that happen? We closed down 400. How do we open up 400? Well, that's financial engineering. But all you need to know, and I told my students this today, mark this number down. Look at SPY. Look at the spiders. 385.64. You drop below that, there's no more Christmas rally. Put your hat on, hard hat on, because you're going to go for one hell of a ride. And that's what's going on. So right now we're at 399, okay? So Powell, Yellen, Biden, they have no understanding of what inflation is. They don't. They don't. All this happened when they say inflation has peaked. That is not the truth. All that's happened is inflation has been replaced by financial instability. I talked about that last week. Nobody's talking about it. In a situation where you have this kind of inflation, inflation is not a cold that goes away in 2 days or sniffles that goes away in 2 days. Inflation is really tough to get out of. Stagflation is even worse. So what happens is, and it's always happened with every time this has occurred, inflation is always replaced by financial instability that was caused by the government, by all their money printing and their spending, all those stimulus programs, for God's sakes. That's what's going on. So last week we got that 500-point rally that failed. Of course it was going to fail. Yeah, we got so much overhang in this market trying to break up through, but they're not going to tell you that. We will here at Phil's Gang. Join my gang free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
Happy holidays from Phil Grandy and everyone here at Phil's Gang. Now, get ready to take investing to the next level. Here's Phil Grandy.
We're seeing some, encouraging resilience in the American economy.
Yeah, real resilience. And also, they tell us we see resilience in the consumers. Not true. Not true. But it doesn't matter. If you're an investor in the stock market, the wonderful thing about the stock market, it's not connected to the economy. The stock market, okay, everything is rigged from a point of view of computers, all these programs. And all you have to do is follow the money. That's the key. Can you follow the money? And that's why we spent so much time, okay, designing charts, calling our Pro 2 color-coded chart, so that a simple color code, it tells you if the money's going in, so you buy the stock, or if the money's coming out. If it's red, it's telling you money's coming out. Give you an example. Take like the spiders, okay? Or here, I'll give you a better one than that. Take like Lowe's. Now, Lowe's was at 178, and it stayed from 178 all the way up to 200, red. That warned you not to buy it. Now you're going to say, yeah, but it went from 178 to 200. Shouldn't I buy? No, that's why you lose money, because it's red. It's telling you there is not enough energy. Remember, volume is everything. Volume is energy. Remember that. Nothing better than volume. I mean, that's the prescription to a whole stock market. How much volume? Every day, how many contracts for buying stocks? How many contracts for selling stocks? And the poor people that don't know how to react to a whole bunch of sell contracts, they just sit there getting slaughtered. That is so ridiculous. When in 10 days, if you join our gang, you get the free 10 days, the first 10 days free, you at least learn how to sell short. But everything's about volume. You don't have to care about what the CPI is or any of that stuff, or free cash flow or margins. You don't have to know any of that. They do all that on these business programs to make them feel, to make you feel you need someone like them because they look so smart. No, it has nothing to do with they telling you. In the old days, yes. In the old days, everything was fundamentals. Everything was fundamentals. You didn't buy a stock unless you checked out the free cash flow. You wanted to make sure you had free cash flow. It was really terrific. You wanted to make sure the margins were increasing every quarter. Doesn't matter anymore because, remember, 13 years of QE, prices went up without profits. That's why they drove up the tech stocks. That's why for 13 years they had QE and zero rates, so they could drive the tech stocks up 1,200%. 1,200% with no profits. Few companies had profits. It was rigged. But it also caused terrible inflation. And see, this is what Powell and Yellen and Biden won't admit to. Remember they said the inflation was transitory? The inflation has been terrible. And the inflation is not caused by you and I buying a grill. This really grinds me when I hear this.
Normally, you wouldn't expect, just because you had a rapid recovery, for inflation to rise very much, if at all. But it turned out the pandemic had very special impacts on the economy. Remember, everybody stopped spending on services. They were in their homes for a year or more. They wanted to buy grills and...
What an idiot. What an idiot. I can't believe she's that stupid. Yale, Harvard, MIT, Princeton, all these colleges she went to. Never held a job, but she kept going to these colleges. Then she got a job at the Federal Reserve. Now you know the rest of it. Is she that stupid? I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope not. She's just a liar is what she is. The biggest problem that we have is the money that they print. It's not the money you go out and spend. Think about this. Here's what they printed. Let's go from 2008 to 2022. These are all social programs. First of all, they printed $125 trillion for one purpose, to move the tech stocks, the NASDAQ stocks, up 1,200%. And if you were with us, you would have caught the 1,200%. And the spiders up, the S&P 500 stocks, up 625%. So they printed $125 trillion, specifically it was called QE, to drive those stocks up. Then they printed another $135 trillion for the banks, the U.S. banks. They had to bail out the banks. So they printed $125 trillion. Wait a minute. They printed another $22 trillion to bail out foreign banks, Germany's banks, Japan's banks. Why are we bailing them out? But they did. Then remember 2019, we had a repo. And boy, nobody talks about that repo. Nobody, but they don't want to talk about that repo. They don't want the cat out of the bag on that because we're going to get another repo. Now, what's a repo? It just means repurchase agreement. What's important, okay, is dollars. Dollars is what's important, not the Federal Reserve. We don't need the Federal Reserve. What we need is dollars, because everything is with dollars, meaning that every bank, even though there's a lot of money sloshing around, okay, in the banking system, most of that money that's sloshing around has to go and be set aside at the Federal Reserve for bad loans, which the Federal Reserve pays the bank's interest. So there's not a lot of money left. That's right, there's not a lot of money left. Any given day, there's about $3 trillion in debt created by the banks. In other words, loans, $3 trillion. Well, they don't have all $3 trillion. So the banks, like let's say JP Morgan, they loaned money out that day, and they loaned out $1 million more than they had in cash. Well, they go to what they call the repo market, okay, to get the money. And this is very important. This is what's important, not the Federal Reserve, and they don't want you to know about this. Called the repo market. When I get back and explain how crucial the repo market, then you'll start looking at the right thing instead of what they want you to look at. A bunch of gangsters. We'll be right back after this break. Join my gang free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Okay. Listen, you can go to 93.7 FM if you're in the Tampa, St. Pete area. It's 93.7, The Answer, okay? And it's about a 50,000 watt station. That's a huge reach. So don't forget, 93.7. Also, I have my podcasts on YouTube, Rumble, Apple, Facebook, and SoundCloud, okay? And every morning what I do is, while we got this crisis going on, because you don't get the right information anywhere else, when I finish my coffee talk in the morning to my members, I do another little recording, put on my YouTube channel for all you folks who are not members and who want to know what the market's going to do. Not only for the day, but in the future. And I'll explain to you what's going on, so at least you know. At least you're getting the right information. What do I mean by that? This is what really grinds my gears. Check this out. This is Siegel. Now, who's Siegel? He's a big BS sitter, okay? A big B sitter. And he's at Wharton College. Listen to what he said last week. I'm glad somebody finally nailed him. He's a phony. If he knew what he was doing, and he was so smart, why would he be teaching at Wharton? Why wouldn't he be out making money?
You said a few weeks ago that inflation was basically over. That's what you told me.
Yeah, and I still believe it, because I don't think this wage increase is catch up.
You didn't think the wage increase is anything. Are you kidding me? That's where inflation comes from. Please believe me, wages come from inflation. Inflation. Wages are the biggest part of our inflation. It's a killer. Wages are the biggest expense of any business. That's where the inflation is. And and here's another thing, they should not continue to keep raising rates. The Federal Reserve does more harm than good. When you have a recession, let it alone. Let the rates go up to where the market wants to be. Let the Fed short-term rate, let the market determine where it should be. Let the market determine where the inflation should be. Stop interfering. It only makes things worse when they're sitting there trying to control the market, trying to control the economy, trying to control what they can't control. It's stupid. And when you have so many people that are working part-time in this country, so many people that have 2 jobs, for God's sakes, they're making it worse. Raising rates when people are having a tough time surviving, when most 72% of households combined income $50,000, give me a break. So the dollar, think about it this way here. When the dollar gets very, very weak, now the dollar, they've been lucky for a long time. The dollar was very strong, and that helped the economy, okay? If you go back and take a look at the dollar, going all the way back to May of 2021, all the way up to October 2022, the dollar was strong. That was good. That was very good. Dollar was strong. But when the dollar started to collapse, that's a killer. That means people who are working, husband and wife making $50,000 together, $60,000 together. Are you kidding me? They need a wage increase. So the economy is going down. Economic growth is going down, but they need wages. That's where the inflation is. When you are giving people higher wages, just like the railroad gave them higher wages with an economy that's tanking, that kills you. That kills you. And for him to come out, Siegel, and tell us how the wages, no big deal, it's all about wages. Because when that dollar goes down, your purchasing power is weak. You go to the grocery store, you walk out with a bag, okay, and you spent $100 the week before. This time you walk out, you spent $100, but you got about 20% less groceries in that bag, less items. So now you go to your employer and say, I need a raise. I need a raise. And then here's the other problem with the inflation, where all the inflation came from. Think about it. Going back to 2008 to 2022, as I told you, they printed $125 trillion to run the stock market up 1,200%, the tech stocks. $135 trillion they gave to the U.S. bank for bailout, U.S. banks. And then they gave another $22 trillion, printed another $2 trillion to bail out foreign banks, German banks. It was another one, German and Japan. There was one more. $10 trillion for COVID. Now here's the one. Another $1.9 trillion they printed for the American COVID Rescue Plan. $750 billion they printed for Inflation Reduction Act. You get where I'm going? This is crazy. This is crazy. And so that's why we have such tremendous inflation. So stop with helping out. Let it, it's like a forest fire. Let the forest fire go. It'll put itself out. But no, they got to try to control it. They got to try to control it. So what do you do as an investor in the stock market? We take advantage of it. We take advantage of it with this inflation. We make sure we're in the right stocks. Example, gold. I told my members, make sure they're in gold, because I'm telling you, this inflation, you heard me many times talk about it on the radio. I said, gold is where to be. Gold is where to be. Gold's going to go way up. We're going to make a lot of money in gold, and we did. And our gold stocks are going through the roof. Okay? And right now, the dollar's going to keep going down. Every dollar in your wallet's going to get worth less and less and less. What they're going to do, and I'll give you these numbers again. Put up the S&P. I'll put up my chart for you. You can look up my chart. Go to philsgang.com here. And the S&P, if it drops below, the first thing you got to look at, if it drops below 394, if it drops below that right around that 390 right there, 390. If it drops around, it's 398. If it drops around 390, then it's less likely they're going to do that rally that they need for the bonus rally, the investment bank bonus rally. However, here's another number. If it breaks below the 50-day moving average, the S&P, you write this number down, okay, that's going to be around 379. 379. If it breaks through that, there's no hope of a rally, year-end rally. And then the market's going to go down below the October 13th low. But see, it doesn't matter if you're a Phil's Gang member. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter, because if that happens, we're going to make money on the way down. If they keep artificially pushing this market up, we're going to make money on the way up. That's where you've got to be. You've got to be in a position. It doesn't matter if the market's going down or the market's going up. Now think about the consumer. They're saying how strong the consumer is. That's a bunch of nonsense. Look what they did for cash refis. In 2020, $152 billion. They increased that 42%, okay, over 2019. In other words, when 2020 came, they increased refis 42% over 2019. 2021, they then increased refis by $1.2 trillion. Now they're taking out more than $66 billion a quarter. So people are pulling money out of their homes. And the credit card debt is at $1 trillion. And they say the consumer is resilient. He's not resilient. He has a lot of debt, tremendous debt. My God. And then when they say how the economy's doing good, are you kidding me? You got airline prices still increasing, up 33%. Groceries are still increasing on an annual basis, 11%. Energy on an annual basis, increasing 17%. Oil, heating oil, is going to be up 65%. 65. What are they talking about? There's no inflation. So how do you make money with this? Join my gang, philsgang.com. And you'll make money regardless if the market goes up or down, because we know how to sell short as well as buy long. Check it out, philsgang.com, free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Merry Christmas from Phil Grandy and everyone at Phil's Gang. This Christmas, give yourself the gift of knowledge. Join Phil's Gang and navigate the market with confidence. Here's Phil Grandy.
And thank you for listening to our show. My name is Steve Celeste. I'm the Director of Education for PhilsGang.com and the Phil's Gang Radio Show. And I just want to take this time to tell you how to join the 10-day free trial. It's as simple as going to www.philsgang.com. On the top of the site, click Get Started. On the next page, click on the big red banner for the Working Investor Plan. And that's all you have to do. And also during this time,
Thank you, Steve. By the way, talk about shorting. Steve had a wonderful short in the bank stocks. We've been watching the bank. We've been doing really well with the banks, going long, purchasing the bank. Giving an example, J.P. Morgan. We had our members buy J.P. Morgan when it was around 24. Let's see, it was about $121. And then we took most of our profits when it was around $138. So that's probably about a 14% gain. Now, some of our earlier members have been with us for a long time and have a cushion. We had them get in earlier than that, okay, on our other chart, which is what we call risk on. But staying with the discussion on Pro 2, now these banks are starting to look to roll over. So instead of getting out, we made, what did you say, 13% on that? Instead of just getting out and go, now look for another stock to buy, why would we do that? If we made 13% on JP Morgan buying it, and our chart told us to buy it because it went from red to green, why would we get out? If we know it's going down, we're just going to switch our position. Doesn't that make more sense? Doesn't that make more sense? Why would you get out of a stock? If you get out of a stock because you know, okay, we made 13% in JP Morgan and all our bank stocks, we did terrific. Now we go to get out of those stocks, 80% of you are going to go look for another stock to buy in a down market. Why would you do that? Because you don't know how to sell short. So what we're going to do is take JP Morgan and we'll turn around and we'll sell it short. Doesn't that make sense? If you got out because you think, hey, I better get out, it's going to go down, doesn't it make sense? You just turn around and go from buying the position to selling it short? Well, that's what you'll learn in 10 days. So check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. It works. It works. And you get all kinds of support, too, believe me. And at the end of 10 days, you decide not to stay with us, and now you know how to sell short, you make some money, please up, St. Jude. Okay, let's talk about, again, stop with all this nonsense they keep telling you, the Federal Reserve, Federal Reserve, Federal Reserve. They're a bunch of gangsters. If you want to know where the market's going to go, okay, we watch the dollar. It makes more sense, the dollar. So, give you an example. Banks have very, very little cash because they have to put most of their cash set aside for bad loans, right? Told you about this before. So, and they're mandated to do that. So now when there's about $3 to $4 trillion that banks wrote during the day that they can't, and out of that $3-4 trillion they wrote loans. Well, one bank, like maybe Goldman Sachs, loaned, but he's short now $1 million. They didn't have $1 million in cash because most of their cash is set aside. It's mandated to be set aside for reserve for bad loans. So the repo market is a great place to go. So J.P. Morgan would go to Goldman Sachs and say to Goldman Sachs, can you loan me the $1 million overnight? I'll give you my collateral, which are treasuries. And they love that kind of collateral. The next day, they pay the loan back at the same interest rate that the short-term rate is at, short-term Fed rate, and then they will rebuy their collateral back, their treasury. They'll buy their Treasury back, their collateral. So they repurchase it. That's why they call it the repo market. Now what happens is, like in 2008 and in 2019, all of a sudden these banks, they don't have enough money to buy enough treasuries to put on their balance sheet, which props their balance sheet up. If a bank has a lot of treasuries, another bank will look at them and say, oh, they got good credit because they've got a lot of treasuries on their balance sheet. But when they don't have a lot of treasuries on their balance sheet, nobody wants to lend to them. Soon you're in a position, none of them have enough treasuries on their balance sheet. So they freeze. That's what happened in 2008. And the loan to each other's bank stopped. It froze up because the banks would loan to each other. This happened in 2019. They had to print overnight $700 billion to unfreeze it. And this is going to happen again. This is one of the reasons why you're seeing the market having such a tough time getting this rally from October 13th. Remember, this whole rally started on October 13th, and they're trying to push it up to get to December, 5 days away from December, from Christmas, 5 days prior to Christmas. That's the start of the Christmas holiday. So they're doing everything they can to cheat, steal the banks, the big institution banks, the big commercial banks, the investment banks, because they got to get those bonuses. They got to get those bonuses or it raises havoc. So that's what they're doing. So make sure, and I'll give this to you again right now so you don't get in trouble. If you're in the market, just look at SPY, the spiders. If it breaks below, let's say 390, better be cautious, okay? But if it breaks below, let's say 377, that's the 50-day moving average, we're going to go all the way down. We're going to go back to our October lows. I've always been telling you we're going to reach our October lows. This isn't over yet, okay? Because the problem is there's lack of liquidity at the banks. I talked about this in September. I talked about the dollar. Nobody else was talking about it. You know, for years I've been saying I don't understand the Washington and the stats. And what I'm talking about is inflation. If you really want to know where inflation is, there's only one place to look: wages. And that's where I went on about wages in the dollar. That's where you got to look. Okay, that's where you got to look to keep track of this, if the market's going to crash or it's going to keep going up. And right now, every signal is this market's going to crash, because there's another problem they don't want to tell you about, is you can go in and buy a mortgage. I mean, you can go in and buy a treasury bill. Okay, before everybody goes buys treasuries, they go and they want to buy like a 10-year treasury, right, and get a big yield. But now you get a bigger yield. You get more interest on a short-term yield, okay? So you get more on a 2-year, okay, or 3-year than you do on a 10-year. So who wants to go 10 years? Who wants to loan the government 10 years? Are you kidding me? When they can make more money in 2 months, for heaven's sakes. And so nobody's talking about that. That's very bad. That is really bad. When you have an opportunity to go in and loan the government money over 2 years, you get more interest in 2 years than you do 10 years. That's called inverted yield curve. And it's getting worse and worse, okay? Worse, but nobody wants to talk about that either. So all they tell you is how great the economy's getting. Inflation now is under control. They're telling us it's peaked. None of that is true. None of that is true. So look, all I can tell you is, if there's no better place to make money than the stock market. But the only way you can make money in the stock market is you got to know when to buy a stock, make money as it goes up, but then turn around and make money when it goes down. Easy to do. That's why we did our color-coded chart. And with our teaching, okay, I don't think there's another school or education anywhere than Phil's Gang. So really, start out the new year, at least learn how the market works. I mean, you're going to learn so much in 10 days. It doesn't cost you a thing. You're going to learn so much. If you decide not to stay with us, fine. But at least, please, give yourself a chance in the market. Take advantage when stocks are going down. That's when you make real money on the way down. Join my gang, philsgang.com, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. Join tonight, free for 10 days. Also go to our gift shop, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600.